In this video, we're going to recap the structure and properties of metals, describe the structure and properties of alloys, and recall different alloys and the metals they're made out of. Metals have a high melting point. This is because they have got strong electrostatic forces of attraction between the positive metal ions and the negative delocalized electrons, which takes a lot of energy to overcome. Metals are also good conductors of heat and electricity. This is because metals have got delocalized electrons which can move freely throughout the structure and carry a charge, if they're conducting electricity, or carry energy, if they're conducting heat. Metals are also malleable. This means that they can be easily bent or shaped. Metals are malleable because they have a regular arrangement, which means they're in neat rows or layers, and these layers can slide over each other. So as the layers slide over each other, that allows the metal to be bent or reshaped. Alloys contain a metal mixed with another element. This other element could be another metal, or it could be a non-metal. As the metal and this other element has got different sizes, it distorts the layers. We can see in this diagram here how the metal no longer has a regular arrangement. Because the smaller black circles have been introduced, the metal is no longer in those neat rows or layers. Therefore, if the structure has been distorted, the layers can't slide. This means that the alloys are not malleable because the layers can't slide. Therefore, alloys are stronger than pure metals. That's why we typically use alloys to build things like bridges out of, as a pure metal would be too soft for that use. We're now going to look at 3 examples of how iron is alloyed to make steel. Low carbon steel contains 0.1% to about 0.3% of carbon. As there is such a low percentage of the non-metal added, it means it can still be easily shaped, but it's strong enough to be used for things like car bodies. High carbon steel has got around 0.22% to about 2.5% carbon. This is quite strong, inflexible and brittle, so it's used for things like making bridges or cutting tools. Stainless steel is iron added with small amounts of chromium or nickel. This is resistant to corrosion. It's also quite hard, so it's typically used for things like cutlery. Brass is an alloy made out of copper and zinc. And aluminium is often frequently alloyed with various other metals. Pure gold would be too soft to be used to make jewellery out of. So instead, it's alloyed with zinc, copper, and sometimes silver. 24-karat gold is pure gold, so it contains 100% gold. 12-karat gold is 50% gold. So for example, if you had to work out an unknown percentage of gold, For example, if you had 14 carats, you'd do 14 divided by 24, the carats you've got out of 24 because 24 represents 100% gold, and your decimal answer would be your percentage. So for example, 14 divided by 24 is 0.58, so 14 carat gold is 58% gold. Likewise, you can convert a percentage of gold into a carat by timesing it by 24. So for example, if you've got 83% gold, you could do 0.83 multiplied by 24 to give 19.9. So a sample of gold which is 83% pure would be the equivalent of 19.9 carats.